I'm going to talk about the Mandela effect a little bit. I want to make something clear about CERN and this whole HARP thing, and what they're trying to do is bring these molecules, these subatomic particles, back to their original state, so they can look at how matter works when it was formed, allegedly. Well, they're really trying to discover the field in which these subatomic particles, bosons and Higgs and all these different particles, they're trying to understand the field that they operate in, because essentially with this 0-point gravity, this reversal that's taking place, we are going to be brought back to that state, and they're trying to understand the field so they can create a synthetic field. And with that synthetic field, they plan on trying to basically upload our consciousness, or keep our consciousness within this grid. This is what the ancients tried to do thousands of years ago when the pole shift was occurring then, and that's what they referred to as the conscious fall of man, or the fall from grace, or whatever you want to call it. That's the reason that all these pyramids and sacred sites are set up on nodal points all throughout the earth, on the magnetic ley lines, and just the synthetic Merkaba that they tried to create back then. There's no difference in today, rather than the technology is a little bit different, but it's basically the same. The technology back then was crystals and geometrical patterns and frequency and vibration, and it's the same thing that we're dealing with today with CERN. So CERN is our modern day pyramid, or Lucifer, or basically the shield. It's the shield that they're trying to create for this period when the collapse happens and the reversal takes place. And this all ties in with what's going on in the Antarctic right now, and why they're at all these prehistoric sites, and the gathering of this old information and knowledge. They're trying to basically restore the grid that was created by the ancients, and that's one of the main reasons they're in Antarctica, is because there's a couple major nodal points down there that that need to be activated. And this goes in with these crystal skulls and this giant crystal cave that they just found, because the crystal pockets in the earth magnify the frequencies and the energy. Once you pass a frequency through quartz, it's magnified. That's also computers and everything else. These huge quartz caves are essentially giant supercomputers. They're unbelievable. People really just have no idea what they're capable of. But that's why this Antarctica thing is such a big deal right now, and all these diplomats and heads of state are going there, because they found what they were looking for, and they're trying to basically find a way. This is like their plan to save everybody, or themselves, but we'll be. It's not. They're not going to be saving anybody. That's the illusion. The illusion is basically the souls that get trapped in this synthetic hell, because it sure won't be heaven. And the souls that get trapped in this is the great deception. The great deception is because if you have no connection to your soul self and your physical, you're essentially going to be a zombie that gets stuck in a time loop. And they're going to it's like Groundhog's Day, and that's how it talks about in the Bible, that men will wish to die, but the time that they will walk around will be for 5 months. For 5 months, men will wish to die, but they'll seek death, but won't be able to find it, and death won't come to them. And that's essentially what it's talking about, is this time loop that we're going to be in when they try to activate this thing. Prior to the last moments of this shift happening in our field coming down. And when that field comes down, they're going to try and basically put this field up. I know this sounds like a science fiction novel, but this is the most. This is. I mean, I'm psychic, people. If you've been watching, you've seen. I mean, I do post things on politics and stuff like that because it's just it irritates me, and I'm still human. But regardless, I have seen. I've been above it, and I've seen this all. I've seen it all. I see it all. I see everything all day. Like, you guys have been following along and know what I'm talking about. And it's just there's going to be a lot of people that are tricked and that are deceived. And our only armor is in Christ. And in Christ, the Lord. The Lord is our only armor. And the Lord not trying to love somebody or trying to project something. The Lord is within us. It's relying and trusting within yourself without thinking about it, and moving from your inner core and your inner source. And you've got to understand that your energy is going two opposite ways at the same time. It's going down and up, and it's spinning just like a torus. And it's your toroidal field is around you at all times, and it interconnects with the Earth's and the Sun's, and as above, below, and all these things, and the timelines are all converging, and there's quantum computers are involved. It's conspiracy theory about this matrix idea, but the matrix is exactly what it is. This is all computer code that is generated by our consciousness, and our consciousness, not our subconsciousness, but our consciousness is mathematical and uses math as a basis for calculating and for creating and for everything that's in this tangible environment. And your spirit organizes without needing anything tangible, but it has to produce by the laws that govern us in this reality, which are through mathematical equations. The double slot experiment proved that these atoms that they pass through both slots in every way, shape, or form that you can imagine, every type of outcome simultaneously at the same time. And it isn't until it's observed that it acts in a specific manner. And these scientists are basically trying to protect themselves from what they know is about to occur with this flip-flop, with this reversal. So it's we're in the final days. I mean, that's nothing to fear or be scared of. But it's a cleansing, and it's bringing us back to our original state. And our original state is that of something that isn't physical. It's something that is everything. And the timelines are converging, and eventually everything is going to collapse. This wave, the wave frequency that we live in, is about to collapse. And when it collapses, it goes back out for however many thousand years, and then it collapses again. And it's the same thing that the sun does. It's the same thing the earth does with our fields. It's the same thing that the atoms do. It's the same thing that every fractal from a subatomic level to whatever. It's in an infinity pattern. And what we need to be doing is preparing ourselves by learning how to to think without our conscious mind, learn how to shut it off, and learned how to ground. When we learned how to ground push everything that's in your mind down through your root chakra, and that's basically like the furnace of love. Like you push it down and you will absolve it. If you push it out or hold on to it, it's just going to show up in the form of disease and sickness and all these different things. And it's about, we need to ground with the energy that we live. We are of the earth and of the vibrations that hold us together within the frequency or the pitch of the alignment of the planets at that specific time. And these waves are basically going up an octave. So when the 0 point is crossed, and the octave, and we basically level up. When we rise up an octave, then there's a whole new platform of basically existence that we're going to be exposed to. And some people are going to recreate into a different reality. It's still one similar to this one, but those that have been evolving and constantly moving towards the path and the light through all their lifetimes, followed or assisted by the momentum of the collective that have been awakening, are going to move forward. And there's going to be a split between the physical and the soul, the earth, and it's like the positive and the negative that I always talk about. There's going to be a division of sorts, and when the division takes place, it's essentially like two cells splitting. And the division of two cells, it's just on a bigger scale. And it's important not to get caught up in whether Kit Kat's been changed or Coca-Cola's been changed, or whether Darth Vader says Luke, I'm your father, or no, I'm your father. Like it's amazing at first, and it's incomprehensible and unbelievable, but it's we just need to accept that it is what it is, and this has all been foretold, and it's all part of the plan. What needs to be focused on is not, everybody says raising your vibration, raising your frequency, loving, like doing all these things. That's not what needs to be done. What needs to be done is you need to just not use your conscious mind. You need to just push that all down to your root and just absolve all that. And not lead, follow. Because once you erase your will, another will take over. And that's the will of God. And I'm not talking about demons or possessions or ghosts or no dumb shit like that. People need to open their minds and really think about this on a mature level. I know everybody's, Mr. Wizard out there and rocket scientists and like to leave these, snide comments. But this is legitimate. So, like I said, forget about the distractions and move forward with learning how to utilize these skills. We have a certain period of time for people to start understanding this. So I'm just going to end this with I urge you to set aside your conscious thought and look for what guides you, and truly get honest with yourself and listen to the voice, because the energy is there and it's growing every day all around us. And it's just I've seen more within the last month than I've seen in 3 years. So I'll be posting some more updates on this and talk about it a little bit more in depth. got a couple things going on right now, other projects I'm working on as well. So stay vigilant, stay tuned.